This is the best engine that money can buy. Of course, it's a type of engine, and it's the Inline 6. The Inline 6 is extremely balanced. Basically, two pistons go up all the time. They work like this, like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. They sound awesome. You have the least vibrations, they are extremely reliable, and you can find this configuration from all BMWs, all Mercedes engines, the Toyota Supra, the Nissan Skyline, and you can even today find these engines on some M vehicles. The Inline 6 engine is more than enough in my opinion. You don't have a huge fuel consumption, you don't have lack of power, you don't have vibrations. It's easy to work on this kind of engine because basically it's put lengthwise, and you have on the left, on the right, you have plenty of space to work around. Just imagine working on an Inline 3, which is mounted transversely on a car. You have a short hood, and trust me, it's a pain for any mechanic. An Inline 6 is a lot easier to maintain. You have lower costs compared to a V6. Imagine those chains and belts in a V6. You don't have that complexity in an Inline 6. And you can have similar displacements, similar power outputs, but you don't have the headaches. You don't have two heads, you have only one. The only disadvantage is that you have a longer hood. But if you buy a sports car, an M3, an M2, an M4, you don't mind the longer bonnet. Also, Inline 6 engines generally feature rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. They are not front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive and engines mounted transversely are cheaper version of the original vehicle created originally. So if you just think about the original vehicle that was invented hundreds of years ago, it had an engine mounted longitudinally, you had the transaxle, you had a differential, and you had the rear-wheel drive with a manual transmission. And BMW managed to maintain this configuration. With some small twists, it started putting transversal Inline 3 engines with front-wheel drive on the newer generation 1 Series and BMW X1. So a bit of a shame from BMW, but they are low-cost cars. Not everyone wants the sportiness of a BMW, maybe they just like how they look. So if you want a really great engine, don't hesitate to buy the Inline 6 from any manufacturer. If it's naturally aspirated, it's even better. And trust me, they get more rare as we speak, and they get more expensive as we speak. So if you have the chance to buy one, do it. You will be happy, and maybe you can even make a great investment on the long run. And this is one of the main reasons why BMW does not produce any V6s. If they could, maybe they would have made some Inline 8s, but those engines were just experimental, or they were used in ships. We did not have Inline 8 engines on passenger cars or in sports cars because they are extremely difficult to design, balance. You need a very, very strong crankshaft because it's lengthy. Imagine the piston pulling here will create a force here, and the piston here will create a big force over here, so you need a very strong crankshaft. Plus, the bonnet will be ridiculously long. So this is why that configuration never existed. But BMW loves the Inline 6, and does not like the V6. It only uses V engines starting from 8 cylinders. We have V8, V10, V12, but not V6s. BMW likes well-balanced engines, and in my opinion, the Inline 6 is one of the best configuration that money can buy. If you're lucky enough, you can still get one for a small amount of money. Let me know what you think about this configuration, or if you prefer a V6 or another engine type. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.